Aries, this is where you stop waiting and finally choose. Something shifts this week that you can't ignore anymore. It may not arrive loudly at first, but you feel it. A quiet realization that the path you've been on isn't moving fast enough or isn't aligned the way it once was. With Mars fueling your sense of pride and identity, there's a growing tension between who you've been and who you're becoming. And by midweek, especially as the Virgo moon moves in, you begin to see clearly what needs to be adjusted. This is not about starting over. It's about refining your direction with intention. But here's where the energy intensifies. When the moon moves into Libra, your relationships begin to mirror back something important. You may realize that you've been holding back a decision or avoiding a conversation that now demands clarity. And by the time the Scorpio moon rises at the end of the week, the truth surfaces. Not to disrupt you, but to sharpen your focus. What if the delay you've been feeling wasn't resistance, but redirection? Because this week, Aries, you're not being blocked. You're being guided towards something that actually matches your momentum. This is the moment where choosing differently changes everything. Aries, the tarot pulls the Seven of Pentacles. This card speaks of pause, but not stagnation. You've invested energy into something, time, effort, emotion, and now you're in a moment of evaluation. You may be wondering if it's worth continuing, or if the return matches what you've given. This week aligns with that question. Not everything grows at the same pace, but that doesn't mean it isn't growing. The key here is patience with awareness. Step back just enough to see clearly. You're not starting over. You're deciding whether to keep cultivating what you've already begun.
Aries, you get hexagram 24, Earth over Thunder, Return. This hexagram speaks of a quiet return to center. Something that drifted slightly out of alignment now begins to come back, not through force, but through natural rhythm. You may feel drawn back to a path, a decision, or even a version of yourself that once felt more true. This is not regression, it is correction. The energy here is gentle, but purposeful. Allow yourself to reset without judgment. Sometimes the most powerful movement is the one that brings you back to where you truly belong.
Aries, your rune is Rido. Rido represents movement with purpose. This is not random motion, it is alignment between direction and intention. You may feel the urge to move forward, but the question is whether that movement is aligned with where you actually want to go. This week supports progress, but only when it is intentional. Choose your direction carefully. Once you begin, momentum builds.
This is your turning point. The energy this week isn't asking you to rush. It's asking you to recognize, to see what's been forming beneath the surface, and to trust what's becoming clear. Before you go, I want to hear from you. What is something in your life that's starting to feel different, even if you can't fully explain why yet? Leave your sign and your experience in the comments below. And remember, watch your rising sign too. It often reveals the deeper story of your week. If this message found you at the right moment, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, so you never miss what the stars are revealing next.